For those individuals and our friends in the media, we ask that you please silence your phone as we get ready to talk with Alabama State, who will be advancing to play Auburn Thursday at 2:50 in Lexington, Kentucky. Asking questions to Coach and our student athletes, please just state your name, media affiliation before every question that you ask. If you're joining us on Zoom, we'll try and get you a question and just use the hand feature. And then a reminder, recording press conferences on cell phones or cameras is prohibited. Thank you. What a way to start March Madness. Final score, Alabama State 70, St. Francis 68. We are joined by Amar Knox, who hits the game-winning shot with a second left. TJ Madlock, who finishes with 11 points and 7 rebounds. And the head coach of the Hornets, and Tony Madlock. Coach, congratulations. Before we get to questions, what this win means, and just being able to kick off March Madness in that fashion.
You just said it, March Madness. Again, I think I've talked about this with all of the media, is that all of our games end just like this. Some kind of way, we either got to get a bucket or we have to get a stop. And fortunate enough, we was able to get a bucket to finish this game off, man. But just so proud of these guys. Again, man, we did not play very well. We got to give St. Francis a lot of credit, but we did not play very well. But we just talk about finding a way. And we got the W, and that's the only thing that matters. You're talking about, survive and advance.
We'll now open up the floor. First questions towards our student athletes, and then when we're done there, we'll get to Coach. But right now, questions for Amar and TJ. Let's go to the first row here on the end.
Adam Rittenberg with ESPN. Congratulations, guys. That last play, what was both of your views? Obviously, Amar, but what was the design there, and then what actually happened?
Well, first we wanted to throw the ball long, and we put our tallest athletic person to go get the ball, and fortunately, everybody took the ball, and it landed to me, and I got the rebound, made the layup, but couldn't have done it without my whole team. We executed a play that we practiced on all day in practice, our game plan, and it worked.
Yeah, like he said, we go over a lot of situational stuff in practice every day. So at the end of the day, it's about who wants it, and I know he obviously showed he wanted it a little bit more tonight.
Let's go to the second row, Arch.
Yeah, Tom Archdeacon, Dayton. Simpson made a heck of a pass. Was he a quarterback or something, or why is he so? That was right on the money.
TJ.
Like I said, we go over a lot of situational stuff in practice, so he's the one throwing it in practice every single day. So he's used to that pass. He was ready for the moment, and we executed perfectly.
Amar, was he a quarterback?
Oh, yeah, he definitely a quarterback. Yeah, he make that pass on the money all the time in practice, and it was perfect today.
Let's go to the first row on the end.
Yeah, Kayla Millig from Mainline Newspapers. I wanted to ask, St. Francis was up by 9 at one point shortly before before halftime. What was kind of your mentality when you guys were down? What did you guys kind of have to do? Was there any conversation just about climbing back? And what was your mentality just to get back in this game, especially late?
Amar?
Well, we've been in that moment and that situation a few times this year, and we knew we just had to come out and play ball. And we stayed positive. We knew that as soon as the next half started that we was going to come out, fly around, play aggressive, and just do whatever it takes to win that game.
We know it's a game of runs. And we knew early we wasn't playing good, and it might have been because of a little nerves. So once we got through with that, we knew all we had to do was go out there and play our game. We'd be good.
Other questions for our student athletes? We do have one online. Jason, go ahead with your question for our student athletes.
Hey, guys. Jason Munns with the Commercial Appeal in Memphis. There's a lot of Memphis up there at that table. Just how proud are you guys of this moment, and I mean, I know I heard Coach Madlock on the TV say, sort of shout out Memphis. So just talk about just how proud you guys are of this moment.
TJ.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of Memphis up here at this table, so it's good to represent the city, man. It's the best city in the world, so it feels good to represent.
Lamar?
I feel like Memphis is the best city in the world. We have to show out and represent our city the best way we can.
Second row on the end, Marcus.
Just for both of you guys, what was the experience like here? I'm sure it was obviously a whirlwind, but how did it go for you? What was the experience like for you guys here? You're not here very long, but you accomplished what you wanted to accomplish.
TJ.
Unbelievable. Like you said, I mean, it's March Madness. It's nothing like it. It's every Division I player dream to play in March Madness. So to finally be here and to play and actually get a win, man, it's unbelievable, man. So, yeah, it's amazing.
Omar?
Yeah, it's incredible to play in March Madness. It's my first time being here. I plan on coming next year too, but it's amazing. Like it's a crazy atmosphere.
We got just a couple questions left here for our student athletes. Any other questions? Let's go to the back corner there.
Josh Elijah, Crier Media. You didn't make it to the line until about 5 minutes left in the game. What does it say about your squad to continue to kind of stick with it and battle in the paint and keep grinding?
Lamar?
Well, that's normally not us. We normally get to the free throw line, but things happen. We just got to find a way to get the win, and that's what our entire team did. And I'm proud of them guys and trying to move forward.
We need to get to the line more. Like you said, we need to be more aggressive. But a lot of our shots that we were shooting, a lot of our threes, they were wide open looks, and we'll take them all day, every day. So, but we do need to be a little bit more aggressive, which we will next game.
Let's go to the front row here.
TJ, just to clarify, was that supposed to go to you, that pass, or were you one of the tall guys who's supposed to get it there?
It wasn't supposed to go to me, but I wanted it. I wanted to go get it, go make a play, and that's what I did. But it wasn't supposed to go to me. It was supposed to go to our big. But hey, it's March Madness, so anything can happen.
Any other questions for TJ or Amar? Gentlemen, congratulations. Best of luck against Auburn. An outstanding showing here tonight and a brilliant way to start March Madness. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, and now questions for the head coach of the Alabama State Hornets and Tony Madlock. We'll start in the third row.
Mike LaPresti, NCAA.com. Micah was just saying that he was put in to be the passer in that play about January, he thought. What made you think that he was the guy to do that? To make that
trial and error. Because, again, we spent a lot of time, especially on game day. Game day, we always spend probably about 10 to 12 minutes on situational stuff. And we had a couple guys throwing the pass, and it just wasn't very consistent. And then once we got Michael Sims, we call him Deuce, he started throwing it, and it's been going pretty good. So that's what happened. So he became the guy that throws that pass on that play.
We'll go to the first row here.
Hey, Tony, some people with 3.5 seconds might do a shorter pass, dribble up, try to make something happen. Why is that your best play in that situation in your mind?
Well, we have multiple plays that we would do with 3 seconds. We just chose that one today because sometimes it is just get it in, because we do also a situational deal. We shoot half-court shots. So we know with 3 seconds, you got 2 good dribbles and then get it up. So, but we decided to go with that one today.
Again, for our friends in the media, just state your name and media affiliation for every question. Let's go first row on the other side.
Yes, Kayla Millig from Mainline Newspapers. Cranford, especially in the first half, was hitting a lot of deep shots. What did you guys have to do to try to contain him, and what was your game plan to kind of try to keep him in check?
Yeah, they're a good team. They're a good team, and they made shots. But we just knew that was part of the game plan, that we cannot let them get open threes. We did a better job in the second half. They made a couple late, but we did a good job. But we just knew defensively, second half, we had to be more aggressive, and we were.
Second row.
Yeah, Tom Archdeacon, Dayton. Tony, how many times in your career do you remember that play has worked? Do you remember other games where that baseball pass has worked? And
no, not that I've been involved in. But we practice it a lot.
First row.
Brad Bersemus, Tribune Democrat. Coach, the pressure defense, especially late, was big for you guys, forcing 15 turnovers. What's your thoughts on that, and how big was that in this game?
Yeah, we was trying to do that for 40 minutes and not just to turn them over, but, you know, it didn't happen like that. Again, we had some nerves. Guys had nerves. This is a big stage, man. This is a big stage. And but, again, so proud of these guys. They just represent Alabama State so well. They just do everything I ask them to do, and they try to do it to their best ability, man. I'm just so proud.
Coach, talking about the big stage, obviously so proud about your team, but how cool is it in sharing this and, you know, father-son of TJ along for the ride?
Oh, man, we're going to have stories forever, aren't we? For everything that happened with Alabama State, first time winning a tournament game, got to 20 wins this year, and you know how hard that is for an HBCU school. It's so hard because you have to play those money games early. But for us to just fight and fight and fight and find a way to get to 20 games, 20 wins, it just means so much, again, to our program, to the city of Montgomery, to Alabama State University, man. Again, we just want to make that city proud.
A few more questions for Coach. Let's go to the third row.
Michael Presti, NCAA.com. It has been a great year for the state of Alabama in basketball and a number of teams. Is there irony, or is it kind of cool that Auburn's next for you guys? And second of all, when you win a game like this, the demands of the tournament as you move on, how long can you savor this before it clicks in that you're about to play the number 1 seed in the tournament?
I don't know. I'm going to figure that out tonight. But I know we're going to enjoy this tonight. We're going to have this bus ride, I guess a couple hours down the road to Lexington, get a chance to play at Rupp Arena. I mean, how can you beat that? How can you beat that for a school, again, in the SWAC that has, you know, a lot of great tradition for us to go play in Rupp Arena? Nothing like it. We can't wait.
Second row.
Marcus Hartman, Dayton Daily News. Did the atmosphere and everything live up to what you were expecting?
Oh, it did. It was outstanding. Dayton does a great job. The city does a great job of hosting this tournament. Everybody's so friendly, so nice, and it's unbelievable.
Have another question online via Zoom. Jason, go ahead.
Coach Madlock, Jason Munns, Commercial Appeal. Have you heard from Penny yet?
I'm pretty sure I will have a text message from him when I get to my phone. But again, man, you know, I told a couple people that we talked the other day on my ride to work the other morning, and you know, we just talked about the journey. You know, when both of us was playing at Memphis, and we made that Elite Eight run way back in the day now. But it just talked about, you know, that both of us are taking our team to the dance, and it's just a special moment, man. Again, we just try to represent the city of Memphis and stuff we do, and I'm just proud to get this opportunity.
Another March Madness moment. Coach, congratulations on a great season, and more importantly, the fact that it continues. Best of luck against the Auburn Tigers.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy it. Safe travels. Crimmel. We got Riley Parker. All right, this time we welcome the St. Francis Red Flash, champions of the NEC, and just a fantastic game here this evening. And unfortunately for St. Francis on the wrong end of it, and 70-68, head coach Rod Crimmel. Riley Parker, who had 12 points tonight. Juan Cranford Jr., who led the Red Flash with 18 and 8 rebounds, and Valentino Pinedo with 17 points. Coach, before we get to questions for our student athletes, your thoughts on an outstanding basketball game.
Yeah, first of all, congratulations to Tony and Alabama State. They're one of the hottest teams in the country. I think now 12 out of 13, and what a basketball game! If again, if you were just coming through Dayton, and I've said this a couple times now in some press conferences, if you were coming through Dayton and just looking for a college basketball game and you happen to stop in here, two teams that left it all out on the court. And, you know, I've said this to our guys, and sometimes because we've experienced it, there's a fine line between winning and losing. But the margin, the emotional gap is huge. These guys, for 34 games, left it all on the court for us. And, you know, these three guys that are with me were our all-conference performers and performed extremely well on a big stage. And my dad, he has a saying that the two worst days of the year are the day after Christmas and the day after vacation. And we've talked about this being, this run that we've been on, like a vacation, trying to extend the vacation. Vacations are fun, right? Especially when you're with people that you care about and that you love. And so this is that day after vacation feeling that my dad has always talked about. And I know that they're disappointed, and that's the thing that I love about them. You know, they're champions, and nothing can take that away from our group. And they've played some close games, and so has Alabama State. I think they're one of the teams in the country that has played the most close games, and they've certainly won their fair share. But what these guys have done for St. Francis basketball, what these guys have done for our community, they don't know, and nor should they. But they left their mark on St. Francis basketball and the tradition that goes all the way back to the 50s, 60s, 70s, and that 91 team that set the standard for modern success. And these guys were a part of that group. Could be more proud of them. They left it all out there, and unfortunately today we were 2 points short.
Let's open up the floor. Questions for our student athletes. First row.
Robert Seamus, Tribune Democrat. Can you guys just take us through the run of this team? First time in 34 years being here. It's got to be quite a feeling.
Let's start with Valentino.
Well, obviously at the start of the season we didn't start as good, but we came together to just like push through every game, get better as a team, and like just play as a team and not like try to get a stats or like play individually or whatever. I think that's like what's special about this team. We just play like together the whole year, and we managed to like push through a lot of games and obviously win our championship and come here. We came short, but I couldn't be more proud of this team.
Juan?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do this with any other team, man. Like, I love this group. This group is one of the best groups I've ever been with, including coaching staff. I mean, like, it was fun. Like, it was a good journey. I mean, learned a lot of lessons, and we learned from it, and we made them work. So it was a journey for us, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity.
Riley.
Yeah, just to piggyback off what the boys said, this is a great team and a locker room full of great people, and that's what Coach Crimmel told us when they recruited us, that St. Francis is a community full of good people, and it really is. And you know, our team shows that, and we gave it everything we got the whole time, and I'm very proud of my team.
Stay in the first row.
Yeah, Kayla Millig from Mainline Newspapers. You saw the community support at the selection show. You know, you could see a lot of Red Flash T-shirts in the crowd today. Just how important was that community support, you know, throughout this entire run, and especially, you know, these last couple days?
Riley?
The community is everything to us. We would not be here without them. Their support is phenomenal, and you know, I just want to thank them so much, because we would not be here without every single one of those people. So, thank you, Red Flash family.
Juan.
Yeah, what he said, big shout out to the community, man. Like, they play a part in sports and all sports, and they show. Like, home games is crazy. I love playing home. I mean, it's a great feeling. I mean, like, the support and love that they show is just out the roof.
Valentino.
Picking up on what they said, just shout out especially to our band and cheer. I think we got the best band in the conference. So just the fact that we're able to like just see them every time we go out there in our home games, and they were a big part of the reason we also won our NCAA championship at CCSU too. So big shout out to them too.
Jump across the aisle, first row.
Jared Prugar, Altoona Mirror. Juan, this is for you. To have this type of performance in your hometown with this team, what does that mean for you?
Everything, man. Like, I couldn't ask for anything else like better than this. Like, this is a dream for me, especially being here at home where I grew up. I mean, like, this is a great opportunity for me and experience. So, I mean, like, I honestly wouldn't want anything else but this.
Stay in the first row.
Brad Versemus, Tribune Democrat. Can you guys just talk about the last 2 weeks? You guys played in enough close games to fill an entire season in the last 2 weeks. Just can you talk about that, the last 2 weeks of the season?
Juan?
Last 2 weeks of the season been pretty fun for me. I mean, just in those close games, you know, just learning from where we messed up at and coming like to the next game and trying to figure out what we can do better. And we proved that we can do that, and it showed like game by game we started to figure it out easy, and it become easy for us.
Valentino.
Picking up on what he said, we just came together and like figured out how like to win those close games, and like we got like a hot streak going. It was just like playing together pretty much.
Riley?
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Just like Coach said, we wanted to extend the vacation and just, you know, because vacations are fun and we just wanted to keep having fun. So these past 2 weeks have been absolutely amazing, and, you know, it's a time that we're probably going to remember for the rest of our lives, and that we're probably going to show photos or share stories to our kids. And, you know, I experienced it with a great group of people.
Just a couple more questions here for the student athletes. Let's go to the second row.
Tom Archdeek in Dayton. Juan, well, actually all you guys, just what did you see on that last play? I know I saw you flattened at the end there, and I don't know, Valentino, where you were in, but just kind of take us through that last play, what you can remember.
Juan?
All I remember is the ball being in the air, honestly. Like, I thought we had it, came down, ball got tipped, you know, and then all of a sudden they come up with the layup. It was crazy what happened. I mean, thought we had the possession, you know. We turned the ball over, too many times. Honestly, like, when you turn the ball over that many times, you can't expect to come out, have good outcomes. So, yeah.
Valentino, the last play.
So I was obviously on the inbound plays. I wasn't really like over there. So seeing that from like a distance hurt a lot for me. Just not really being able to like impact as much on that possession, that really hurt me.
Last question for our student athletes, first row.
Yeah, Caleb Millick from Mainline Newspapers. This is for Juan and Riley. In the second half, you guys got a little bit cold shooting-wise, but that last minute there, you guys hit a couple key shots to kind of even the score up again. What changed? Did you guys have any talk late, and kind of what changed and allowed you guys to kind of get back into the game in the final minutes?
We'll start with Juan.
Nothing really changed for us. I just having that confidence in you and yourself and your teammates. You can make that shot. The next shot's gonna go in, even if you're not hitting. I go over 8. I'm still gonna shoot the ball. Like nothing. The mindset's gonna be the same. It's just you just gotta take your time and then come out with the outcome.
Riley?
Yeah, exactly what Juan said. Just trust your work and have confidence in yourself, and shooters shoot. So just keep shooting the ball, and we've done it. We shoot those shots every single day. So just keep trusting it.
NEC champions, Riley Parker, first team all-conference, Valentino Pinedo, third team all-conference, and Juan Cranford is rookie of the year in the NEC and the most valuable player in the NEC tournament. Guys, you had a fantastic season. It was an excellent showing. You should be so proud, and we were so happy to watch you here tonight.
Thank you very much.
As the student athletes get up, we now will open up the floor for the head coach of the Red Flash, and Rob Crimmel. Let's go to the first row in the middle.
Brad Versemus, Tribune Democrat. Coach, just the second half, really the key turnovers in the second half. Can you just assess what you saw in that stretch?
Yeah, that was, we talked about that going into halftime. At that point, I think they had 15 points off of our turnovers. We had 9 turnovers and then gave up 15 points. Almost half of their points were off of turnovers. And it was an emphasis going into the second half. Coming into the game, we knew that that's something they were very good at, turning people over. But when you look at the box score, and they had 22 more shot attempts than we did, a lot of that turnovers. And then I think the second thing that hurt us in that stretch, offensive rebounds. So when you're turning the ball over and not getting a shot at your basket and then giving them maybe second and third opportunities, it becomes very difficult to either extend a lead or just keep the game close. So in spite of those turnovers, or despite of those turnovers, we were able to have the ball and a chance to win the game at the end. But that was a huge key. And you look at the final box score, 26 of their points came off of our turnovers.
Stay in the first row. Let's go across the aisle, though.
Jared Prugar, Altoona Mirror. Coach, a minute and 36 left. You call a timeout. You're down by 4. What's your message to the team in that moment?
We've been here before. We needed to make a play. We decided to get the ball, and at that point, Juan and Val, get them to to connect and come up with some points, and fortunately we did. And then at that point, it was a game situation that we've been in quite a bit here in the last couple of weeks, and unfortunately we were 2 points short.
Stay in the first row, far side.
Yeah, Kalen Millig, Mainline Newspapers. Rob, you talked about the 91 team kind of and how they had set the bar. How did this team kind of, set that bar, raise it, and kind of what will you remember from this group and just the legacy that they set here at St. Francis?
It's a special group, especially in the landscape of college basketball right now. To bring in 6 new faces and then have 2 of your more experienced returning guys get hurt, one before the season and one 4 games in, says a lot about those guys in that locker room. And to be able to create a camaraderie and a chemistry so quickly was a big part of us taking a step as a program. There weren't guys out there trying to get their numbers. And I heard one of the guys say it. I mean, it was genuinely, they were pulling for each other. And they wanted the success to come as a group and not as a bunch of individuals. So I think that's probably what makes it so special right now, because we've had some talented teams in my 13 years that have been close and have come close to that championship moment. But these guys, they're going to be forever remembered as the Northeast Conference champions, and no one can take that away from them. And as much as this hurts right now, 10, 15, 20 years from now, or maybe 10, 15, 20 months from now, they'll be able to reflect on a really special season. And I couldn't be more proud as their head coach, the way they responded to everything that we gave them, both on and off the court. I told them they were so much fun to coach, whether it was in a hotel, in practice, in a game, wherever we were. They made my job easy because there was a joy every time this group got together. And then to compete with people like that, it's a lot of fun.
On the aisle.
Robert Seamus, Streaming Democrat. Coach, I know we talked before about the young youthfulness of this team. Yeah. Can you just talk about how, with this underclassmen-filled roster, how they grew in a setting like this and then overall during the season?
Yeah, once you get to January, the old, you're no longer freshmen anymore. And we had, one in particular, obviously, that was rookie of the year. And then I think Jeremy Clayville, was all rookie for us also. And, the youth, I think early on, hurt us a little bit, especially in late games, because we didn't have maybe a go-to guy, or they didn't have the experience of understanding how to have that composure that I've talked about a little bit here. But then over the course of January and February, because those guys were truly together, I think the strength in numbers, we were able to overcome some youthful moments. And I think you talk about the young guys, but there was a lot of older guys that were reaching down to try to help out. Justin and Ace were out, but there were times in practice or even in games where they're trying to encourage these guys and pick them up, and guys that have been through it, trying to help those young guys along. And that's the makeup of a really good team, and that's why they were such a joy to be around, because they genuinely wanted to help each other.
A couple more questions for Coach. Let's stay in the first row.
Yeah, Kalen Millig, Mainline Newspapers. Coach, obviously with so many young guys on the roster, how do you make this that it's not just a Cinderella run, where this is something that maybe this program can sustain for years to come now?
It's each new year. And when we wake up tomorrow, the new year starts, right? But it's we've challenged these guys, and I've always talked about progress and wanting to get a little bit better each day. And the big thing for this group is to continue to set the bar high, is to continue to demand greatness from each other. And that's, now that the season's over, you can't resort back or maybe get complacent, become lazy in certain areas. They're student athletes, so they got to get back. They got to get to class. They've missed quite a bit of school here in the last couple of weeks, so they've got to get back and get their heads in their books and make sure that they're great in that arena. And then after a couple of weeks off, we got to come back and we got to raise the bar. And so those moments will come, but it's it's a great starting point. Listen, he can't underestimate the power of a win or power of success, right? Because people want to be around that. They want to be a part of that. And that foundation in the locker room combined with success, I think progress is a part of it.
Well, hop online. Question on Zoom. Andrew. Andrew, your question for Coach. Okay, let's go to the first row on the end.
Jared Pruger, Altoona. Coach, much has been made about Loretto being in the middle of Nowheresville, Pennsylvania. Do you feel now that Loretto is on the map, and what's your message to the community?
Yeah, I told our guys they put Loretto, Pennsylvania on the map, right? And I think in today's social media world, maybe the '91 team, they had a ton of success and they were really, really good. I mean, the talent that they had on that roster, Coach Barron coached them up, and they had some really good players. And but with some of the publicity that we got, Loretto, Pennsylvania is now known by a lot of people, and the area, Blair and Cambria County, there's so much passion for St. Francis. There really is. I mean, we're nestled between Pitt and Penn State, the two giants in Pennsylvania, equidistance from each other. And if you're going between the two, Loretto is a stop on the way. And our guys, that's what I told them, our guys put Loretto on the map. They put St. Francis University on the map when you start talking about basketball and being able to retell the Maurice Stokes story, being able to talk about Kevin Porter, Norman Van Leer. Those are things that resonate with people in Blair and Cambria County, and it's a special place. I mean, it's been home for me for over half my life, for 30 years. And what makes things great organizations are the people. I mean, there's no secret to that. All the craziness in the world, what makes things special are people. St. Francis embraces that in the community. Blair and Cambria County, they certainly are in that category also.
A bright, bright light on Loretto tonight. And, Coach, it was a fantastic showing. I know heartbreak, but NEC champs, a historic season. And coaching at your alma mater, you should be so proud. We were proud to watch your group here this evening.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hammond Communications will post the recording of the press conference, NCAAveritone.com. Transcripts will be provided shortly.